Peace be upon you, grade 4. We are in unit number 13. The title of this unit is Can You Help Me? And today's lesson is going to be a grammar rule. We have learned a grammar rule before about object pronouns. We talked about the object pronouns and the subject pronouns. In today's lesson, we're going to talk about another type of pronouns, and we call these pronouns as relative pronouns. I would like you to open your class books or student's book on this page right here. It's written up there, Lesson 3, Grammar 2, and a song. Once you're there, we're going to start with task number 1, which is read and learn. The first thing that we're going to start with is talking about the relative pronouns. Why do we use relative pronouns? We use the relative pronouns to join two sentences together. We use who for people, and we use which for things and animals. Alright? So here we will give examples. I would like you to follow me line by line. This is the boy. He didn't put the lid on. I hope you remember the meaning of lid, and we said that lid is the plastic cover of the blender that keep things inside. So this is the boy, he didn't put the lid on. Here we have two sentences. Look, you have full stop and then you start with the capital letter and another sentence. The second one, this is the boy who didn't put the lid on. Look at the word that is written with the red color right here, who. The relative pronoun. Alright? We said that we use the relative pronouns to join two sentences together. So at the beginning, we have two separate sentences. When we use who, it became one full sentence. This is the boy, he didn't put the lid on. This is the boy who didn't put the lid on. One full sentence. We use who with the boy because we said that we use who for people. So the boy we use who, the girl we use who, doctor, teacher, worker, farmer, all of these are considered to be people, so we use the relative pronoun who with them. The second example that we have, this is the smoothie, it was in the blender. We have two separate sentences. How do we know that these are separate sentences? Well, the sentence must start with a capital letter and end with a full stop. And here we have two capital letters and two full stops. So this means that we have two separate sentences. When we used a relative pronoun, it became one full sentence. So this is the smoothie which was in the blender. Why you are using which here and who here? Because we said that the rule is we have to use who for people and which for things. In this sentence we're talking about the smoothie. Smoothie is a thing that you drink, right? So we use which with things. Now let's move to the second slide, and here we have a question. What is the meaning of relative pronouns? The same thing as we read in the first task. Relative pronouns join two sentences together, and as we said, we use who for people and we use which for things. So here we have this rule here. It's going to give you an explanation of the grammar rule. Please notice that here we have people and here we have things and animals, right? So we'll start with people. We're going to read examples. That's the man who stole my money. So if you want to make this full sentence as two separate sentences, we will say this is the man, full stop, or that's the man, full stop, he stole my money. So we're using who, which is a relative pronoun, to make two sentences as one full sentence. That's the man who stole the money. Same here. We need to find people who we can trust. Moving here to things and animals. This is the dog which attacked me the other night. We use which, the relative pronoun which, with things and animals. So a dog is an animal, we use which with it. Another example, I will wear the trousers which I bought in Paris. I will buy the trousers which I bought in Paris. Which, trousers. Trousers are things, so we use which with things. I hope I have made things clear for you. Right now we will move to task number 2. In this task, we will talk about the story of a smoothie and we will say what happens in the picture. So here we have 6 pictures. 1, you can count them with me. This is the first one with the boy. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We have to say what happens in the pictures, and here we have 6 examples from 1 to 6. We have different words and we have to form these words as full sentences using the relative pronouns who and which. The first example or the first picture is done for us. This is the boy who made this smoothie. So look at this boy, he's holding a cup in his hand. Okay, this is the boy who made this smoothie. If we want to make 2 sentences out of this, it's going to be, this is the boy, full stop. He made the smoothie. But here we're using who, which is a relative pronoun, and we said that the mission of the relative pronouns is to join 2 sentences together and form them as one full sentence. Let's move to the second picture, picture number 2. And here the words that we have is mom, buy, bananas, and milk. So let's try to form a full sentence using a relative pronoun for this picture. We will say, this is the mom who. Why do we use who? We said that we use who with people, and mom is people, right? So this is the mom who bought bananas and milk. Picture number 3, the words that we have is supermarket, sell the bananas. So we will say, this is the supermarket which. The supermarket is a thing. We use which with things and animals. So this is the supermarket which sold the bananas. Number 4, we have a picture of a ship. This is the ship which carried the bananas. Sentence number 5, the words that we have is bananas grow on the trees. So we will say, these are the bananas which grew on the trees. These are the bananas, alright? The last sentence, farmer look after the trees. This is the farmer, and this is the last picture. This is the farmer who looked after the trees. Let's move and check the use of these relative pronouns. So, we talked about the boy who made the smoothie. We talked about the mom who brought the bananas, and we talked about the farmer who took care or looked after the banana trees, alright? So all of these are considered to be people. The boy, the mom, the farmer, all of them are people. The relative pronoun that we use with people is who. Okay? For the rest of the pictures, we talked about the supermarket, we talked about the ship, and we talked about the bananas. And all of these things considered to be things. The relative pronoun that we use with things is which. The supermarket, which. The ship, which. The bananas, which. Right now I would like you to open your notebooks and I would like you to write the answers of task number 3. You're supposed to write the sentences of task number 2, the sentences that we talked about in task number 2. So right now open your notebooks and write these sentences, these full sentences with the relative pronouns who and which. And please be careful with your spelling and handwriting. You can stop the video right now and write all of these sentences, and then we will move to another task. So I will read the sentences for you for one more time. Number 1, this is the boy who made the smoothie. The boy who. The boy is people. Number 2, this is the mom who bought the bananas and milk. Number 3, this is the supermarket which sold the bananas. Supermarket must be as one whole word. Number 4, this is the ship which carried the bananas. Number 5, these are the bananas which grew on the trees. And the last sentence is, this is the farmer who looked after the trees. Right now let's move to task number 4. And here we will listen to the song of the boy who dropped the milk. Let's listen together.
Listening 91. Listen and sing. This is the boy.
This is the boy who dropped the milk, dropped the milk, dropped the milk. This is the boy who dropped the milk on the floor. This is the cat which drank the milk, drank the milk, drank the milk. This is the cat which drank the milk from the floor. This is the dog which chased the cat, chased the cat, chased the cat. This is the dog which chased the cat out the door. And this is the dog which drank the milk, drank the milk, drank the milk. This is the dog which drank the milk from the floor.
So after we listen to the song, right now I would like you to look on this page, task number 4, and let's try to find some of the relative pronouns in this song. Alright? So the song says, this is the boy who dropped the milk. The boy who. The relative pronoun who here, we use it because we're talking about the boy. And as we said, we use who with people. And then the rest of the song, we said that this is the cat which drank the milk. And then we said this is the dog which chased the cat. And the last thing, this is the dog which drank the milk. So we're using which with cat and dog. Why? Because we use which when we talk about animals and things. That's all for your students' book. Right now let's open our workbooks on page 98. So right now we will start with the first task on this page, which is 98. And in this task we have to read and circle who and which. Here we have 6 pictures. The first answer is given for us. Let's read it together. This is the teacher who teaches primary 4. This is the teacher who teaches primary 4. The relative pronoun that we chose is who because we're talking about the teacher, and the teacher is people. When we talk about people, we use who. Let's move to picture number 2. These are the shoes. Who or which got wet in the rain? In this sentence, we are talking about the shoes. When we talk about things, what is the pronoun or the relative pronoun that we have to use? Picture number 3. This is the cup who or which broke. We're talking about the cup, and the cup is a thing. Please try to think of the answers while I'm reading the sentences. Picture number 4. This is the girl who or which helped me. In this sentence, we are talking about the girl. Number 5. This is the bus who or which takes us to school. We're talking about the bus. And the last picture. This is the doctor who or which works in the hospital. Try to circle the correct relative pronouns for these pictures. And if you are done with this, let's check the answers together. Alright, so the first one is done. This is the teacher who teaches primary 4. The answer for the first one is who. The answer for the second one is which. These are the shoes which get wet in the rain. The answer for number 3 is which. This is the cup which broke. The answer for number 4 is who. This is the girl who helped me. The answer for number 5 is which. As I told you, we're talking about the bus. So this is the bus which takes us to school. The last one, the answer is who. This is the doctor who works in the hospital. That's it for task number 1. Please put the circle on the correct relative pronouns within these pictures. And once you're done with this, we will move to task number 2. And here we have to write the sentences using the relative pronouns that we have learned today, who or which. I'm going to remind you that we use who for people, which for things, and animals. So the first sentence, look at your books, page 98, task 2. I will start reading sentence number 1. Jo is the girl. She won the competition. So the answer for the first example is given for us. Jo is the girl who won the competition. I would like you to see and focus that we have 2 separate sentences in each of the 5 examples. What we need to do is to join these sentences, 2 sentences with a relative pronoun, so they will become one full sentence. Let's try with sentence number 2. This is the pen. It was lost. We have 2 sentences. We're going to make these 2 sentences as one sentence using the correct relative pronoun. So here in this sentence, we're talking about the pen. The pen is a thing. We use which, the pronoun which, when we talk about things. This is the pen which was lost. Number 3. This is the t-shirt, full stop. This means that it's one sentence. Then the second sentence, it's too small. We're talking about the t-shirt. The t-shirt is a thing. We use which when we talk about things. This is the t-shirt which is too small. Sentence number 4, or example number 4. This is the boy. He bought this biscuit. He bought the biscuits. We're talking about the boy, so the correct pronoun to use is who. This is the boy who bought the biscuits. The last example that we have. This is my uncle. He lives in the USA. So, the pronoun that we're going to use, we're talking about his uncle, so this means that he's people. So, this is my uncle who lives in the USA. Right now, we will check the answers of this task together. Here you have the answers with the correct pronouns. We talked about the girl, so we use who. We talked about the pen, so we use which. We talked about the t-shirt, so we use which because it's a thing. Then we talked about the boy, we use who, and then the last one is uncle, we use who. Please make sure to write these sentences as an answer for the examples that you have in task number 2. You can stop the video if you want and write the full sentences. And last thing we're gonna do is to give you your daily missions, your homework. Your homework is going to be to write 2 sentences using the relative pronouns who and which. The only thing that you need to do is to form or think of 2 sentences, alright, and use the pronouns, the relative pronouns who and which with them, and relate to the grammar rule that we have learned to write these 2 sentences correctly. That's it for today's class. All the best.